Hey guys, Mrs. Vance here. All right, so we are going to draw crewmates today, and they're actually really simple. If you look at the shapes, there's very simple lines, very simple shapes to it. So the actual drawing of the crewmate itself is pretty easy. Where we're going to go into a little bit more in depth is when we give your crewmate disguises and talk about shading later on. Okay, so to draw our crewmate, I did print one out so that you would have a visual to look at while I'm going. But the first thing we're going to talk about is this kind of like upside down U shape or like lowercase n shape. So that's what we're going to start with. And I'm drawing one nice and big today. I know it seems odd because they technically are kind of a small guy, but that's all right. So we're going to start with that upside down U shape. Then we're going to go ahead and add little legs to it. So not actual legs yet, just kind of lengthening that U shape a little bit longer. Okay. From there, then we are going to actually give it its legs. So kind of splitting and adding another vertical line there, and then another one not too far apart. And actually, I think I'm going to scooch this over a little bit. And there's not that much space in between, but that big black line around those crewmates is really kind of what does it. All right, so then you're going to kind of round out and kind of square off your legs. I know rounding and squaring are kind of contradictory, but I think you get the idea. Okay, so this is kind of where we're going to start from there, and then there's this little line that just goes to the right here, and then we're going to add your crewmate's little backpack, and that's just kind of a rounded rectangle on that back side. And then for his goggles, helmet, I really don't know what you call it. I don't play Among Us, but it sounds fun. I just don't have the time. We're going to put that up here. So it goes all the way to the right side. And it's kind of this oval shape that extends just over the edge of the character, okay? So then we need to take our eraser or magic rub and get rid of that outline, okay? It does look like my crewmate is a little more plump than this crewmate, but I think that's okay. We kind of get the basic gist across. I am going to grab a Sharpie quick. Okay, so then if you were to Sharpie him, I think he would come to life more. I'm going to give him kind of a thicker edge. I don't have a thick Sharpie here at home with me. But you can just kind of go over him a couple times. And this is my first time drawing a crewmate, so, you know, I made him a little plump this time, so maybe the next time I do him, he'll be a little bit more narrow, a little bit more like the one I printed out today to use as a reference. But they are pretty simple, okay? So that's our basic gist into our crewmates. So hopefully you will find this within your wheelhouse and be able to master these kind of simple lines and shapes of the crewmate. The most difficult part is that part that I struggled with a little bit was the proportions, is just making sure things are kind of the right size so that proportionally when they come together they make sense. All right, guys, we'll talk about disguises on our next lesson here. Have a good one.